how's everybody doing today? Back again with another video for you guys, and today we're going to be doing my full review of the GizmoVine Bluetooth Portable Speaker. Now, before we jump in, I just want to again send out a big thank you to GizmoVine for making this video possible. Alright, that being said, let's jump in. So, first thing I want to talk about with you guys is the overall build quality and design of the Bluetooth speaker. Now, from a build quality and design standpoint, the speaker is constructed quite well indeed. You know, there's no rattling, there's no creaking. It's actually very solid. It's good. And the design, although it's a little weird, you know, it's very eye-catching and it will draw your attention. And it actually, I found that the design makes it a little bit more portable because, you know, you could fit this into a nice small space, or you could tie it on something like a keychain. So the design of it makes it just that much more portable. So from a build quality and design standpoint, this little Bluetooth speaker here is pretty good. Now, let's go over some core features of the Bluetooth speaker, and then we're going to move on. So, core features. Now, when it comes to this Bluetooth speaker, the big core feature is that it has Bluetooth. Another feature is that it has a micro SD card in it. So, if you want to put your music or whatever on a micro SD card and drop it in here, and that way you won't have to connect via Bluetooth. Another big feature is that it has a built-in mic, which means that you can make and receive phone calls and do your voice commands and interact with the speaker using your voice. So, it's pretty cool. Now, so that's the core features there, along with the fact that it is supposed to be shockproof and waterproof. Alright, we're going to talk about those when we get to the durability section, but those are the core features there. Now, moving on, let's talk about the sound quality and the volume. Now, from a sound quality perspective, I must say that this speaker sounds quite nice. It's very crisp and clear, and there's no distortion on the high end. So the sound quality is good. Where the speaker takes a little hit, however, in my opinion, is when you come to the volume. Now, y'all already know I'm a big fan of having crisp and clear sound on the high and the low ends, and I found that when the speaker is set to a low volume, you can't really hear it. So as a result, you really got to turn it up to higher volumes to get that nice crisp sound. Now, it doesn't distort, but it just is very quiet at those lower volumes, almost to the point where you can't hear it. Y'all will get a taste of that when I do my demonstration in a little bit. But once you have the volume up between 50 and 100%, you actually have no problems with it. So I just had to point that out. Now, let's talk about the mic quality of the mic in this guy. Now, from a mic perspective, the mic in this is actually pretty good. As I've said, I had no issues doing my voice interactions, nothing of that nature. My Google Now commands all work fine. Now, I can't really quote to the call quality, mic quality, because, you know, it was a slow week. Didn't really have that many phone calls. And when I did not have the speaker around to connect it up to test. But y'all keep your eye on the comments. I will update y'all in the comments as to the call quality on the mic with the speaker. So keep an eye on the comments for that. Alright, let's keep it moving. Up next, the next thing I want to talk about with you guys is the steps to pair. So let's jump into this. First thing you want to do is on your device, you want to turn on Bluetooth, and then you want to jump into Bluetooth and make your device visible, which it is. Alright. Then on the device, you want to press and hold the power play pause button for a few seconds, you're going to get an audible tone, let you know that the speaker's turned on, and it's going to automatically go into pairing mode. So let's do that.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Alright. Now, back on your device, you want to scan for it. If it doesn't scan automatically. Alright, let's go ahead and rescan for it real quick. So go up here, hit refresh. Let it rescan, and that's what you're looking for right there. SE-BS0073. Tap on that to pair. Take a few seconds.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Alright, and then you're ready to go. Now, real quick before I demo the sound quality for you guys and give y'all a little demonstration, we're going to jump forward a little bit. We're going to talk about the strength of the Bluetooth. Now, I found that there was actually some strength issues with the Bluetooth. Not an issue with the range, but an issue with strength. Even when it was inside of the appropriate range, the audio tend to cut in and out. One fix that I found for this, however, is that if you come into your Bluetooth settings and you go into it and you turn off the phone audio, alright, and you turn off the contact sharing, so now
the Bluetooth
it's just a media device, right? Straight media device here, and that takes care of the problems with
the Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Alright, there we go. That takes care of the problems with the Bluetooth strength. So, that's my little fix. I just wanted to point that out for you real quick. Alright, now, let's get into this demonstration. So, pull up YouTube. And, let's see, I was listening to this earlier. So, is this non-copyrighted? Yep, no copyright. This will work. Let me go back to the beginning, and we're going to push play. And I'm going to be quiet now so you guys can hear this. Alright, so little quick demonstration so y'all can hear how it sounds, and then y'all got a little taste of the different volumes. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but as I've said, at lower volumes it's almost not audible. You really have to crank it up. But there you go, so y'all get to see it and hear it for yourselves. Now, the next thing I want to point out is that usually before we move on, usually when I say if you want to get the absolute best performance out of your Bluetooth device, if it has an aux connection, use the aux connection if you're in places where the Bluetooth has a lot of interference. This is not the case with this particular speaker here. I actually found that using the aux connection, the speaker gets really, really quiet. Really, really quiet. And so, let me just demo that real quick for you guys. So, give me a second. And we're gonna plug this up so you can see. Alright. Take this end, plug it into here.
Oh, it's smooth.
And as I've said, it automatically detected it and put it into auxiliary mode. So now let me pull that video back up and you guys can hear. And then real quick, I want to show you before I push play that the volume is maxed out. And let's go ahead and max out the volume on the speaker. There you go, so that's maxed out as well. That's the little tone letting you know it's maxed out. So now we're going to push play. Alright, so there you go. I got a little sample. Y'all can see it's actually very quiet and it distorts a little bit. Now, this is only when you use the aux connection.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Alright, so that's that. Just had to do those quick little demos for you there.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Alright, now let's power this off.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Whoops.
Power off.
There we go. So, just wanted to point that out for you guys there. Let me throw it off to the side. Bring this guy back in. And now, we're going to keep it moving. I'm not really sure what that issue is, but there you go. Now, up next, what I want to talk about with you guys is the Bluetooth range. Now, from a range perspective, the manufacturer says that this should have a range of 10 meters or 33 feet. And I must say that that is spot on. I had no issues with the range and connecting when I was in that range, within the designated range. So from a range perspective, there are no issues. Now, I already talked about the strength a little bit, so we're going to skip over that. Next, let's talk about the durability of the device. Now, the manufacturer says in the user manual that this device is actually shockproof and waterproof. Now, I can attest to the shockproofing because I've dropped this device several times and it still functions as if brand new. And before anybody asks, those little hiccups that I pointed out with the strength and the aux connection, those were there before any drops took place. So if y'all were thinking that, oh, you probably got those when you dropped the device, no. I tested that stuff before any drops came to the device. And I showed y'all on camera again, just so y'all could see. There you go. So that was like that before any drops took place. But from a shockproof perspective, when it comes to the drops and the durability, this guy holds up really, really well. No issues, and it still functions, like I said, as if I took it out of when I took it out of the box. Now, when it comes to the waterproofing, I decided that I'm not going to test that. Now, I did say I was going to test that in my unboxing video, but I just want to be honest with you guys. I love technology. Technology is here to make our lives better, make things easier. And as a lover of technology, I'm not going to intentionally do something that may damage a device. I'm not going to go and douse my devices or my products or my speakers with water to see if they're waterproof to test out a particular feature. I'm not going to do that. Now, if I'm doing something and it just so happens to drop into some water or a pond or a puddle and I pull it out and it still works fine, then I'll let you guys know in the comments how good the waterproofing is. But I'm not going to intentionally do something to test out a feature. Not going to do it. So, but if you guys pick this up and you guys do some waterproofing tests, please let me know down in the comments how it fared. But as for me, I'm not going to do it. So, just wanted to point that out. But from a durability, drop and shock proof perspective, the durability is actually quite good. Alright, so next I want to talk about the charging times and the overall battery life. Now, when it comes to charging times, the manufacturer did not put an estimate on how long this guy would take to charge, but I found that in my testing using the included charger, because I do have fast chargers, but I didn't want to maybe damage the battery by putting too much amperage on something that can't support it. So I used the included charger. Now, with the included charger, I found that from low, and when I say low, the speaker will give you a little beep beep audible tone, kind of like the microwave stopping when your food is done. You get that little beep beep, and that will be your indication as to the battery is low. Now, from battery low to full took about an hour and 45 minutes. Now, from completely dead, like if you keep using it till it completely dies and it says power off, it's going to take about 2 hours. And I tested this multiple times and I kept landing on those numbers. So from low to full, it's going to take an hour and 45 minutes. From completely dead to full, it's going to take 2 hours. So that's pretty good. And keep in mind you're using your regular micro USB, so that's not bad. Now when it comes to battery life, the overall battery life. Now the manufacturer says you're going to get anywhere from 3 to 5 hours depending on what you're doing. And I've actually found that with my testing, I have actually exceeded the manufacturer's estimates. With my particular testing, listening to music, watching YouTube videos and movies, doing voice interactions, I actually found that I was getting anywhere from 6 hours to 7 hours, depending on the volume at which I kept the speaker and what I was doing that particular instance or that particular day. But that being said, my results are I'm getting anywhere from 6 to 7 hours of battery life. And standby times on this are actually really good as well. One particular day, I actually did this 3 times. One particular day, I charged it to full, and then I went ahead and used it for about 3 hours, and then I put it down. Didn't turn it off, but put it down. So technically it was still on. And then I just went ahead and did some other things, and when I came back to it later, my bad, I was still able to get another 3 hours out of it. So I got 7 hours. So the standby time on this is actually pretty good indeed. Alright, so that does it for the overall battery life and the charge times. Now, I just want to talk to you guys about the positives and negatives of this guy. Then we're going to talk about the price, and I'm going to give you a recommendation or two. Now, let's talk about the positives. Well, let's start with the positives. Now, the build quality and the overall design has to be a big, major positive to me because it's really, really small, so you can fit this in some nice, tiny spots and be good to go. You could tie it to a keychain, use it. So the build quality and design is a big positive. Next, you have all of your other stuff as well. So you have a built-in mic so you can make and receive phone calls. And you have a micro SD card slot. So if you don't want to connect via Bluetooth, which this guy has, you could put in a micro SD card with your music on it, audiobooks, whatever, and do what you want to do. So that's pretty big there. That's pretty big positive there. Also, you get really good battery life, and you get really good sound quality, and the volume on this, on the higher end, is really, really good as well. It's very crisp and clear, and it does not distort. Now, let's talk about some negatives here. One big glaring negative in my book is the fact that the auxiliary connection, when you're using the aux cable, doesn't work too good at all. Not at all. And that's a big negative for me because I always stress that if the Bluetooth was weak or you had interference, if you had an aux connection, you can go ahead and just connect up via your aux connection and you'll be good to go. But with the aux cable on this one not working so well, I can't recommend that. So that's a big negative in my book there. Just had to point it out real quick for you guys. Also, another big negative is the fact that you really have to crank the volume to above 50% or better to get that nice crisp sound. Now it doesn't distort, but it's actually very, very quiet, almost inaudible at lower volumes. So that right there is another big negative on my book. Also, the fact that the micro SD card does not support all audio formats is another negative. It does work, but it does not support all of the audio formats, so that's a negative as well. Other than that, there's no other real negatives that I can point out at this time. Sorry about that notification, y'all. Y'all keep it tuned to the comments, as I'll keep y'all updated via the comments. But that pretty much does it for the positives and the negatives. Now, let's talk about the price. So, you can pick this up via Amazon, and it does support Amazon Prime. And GizmoVine will send it out to you. You can pick it up for $25, and GizmoVine will send it out to you. And it actually came pretty fast. So, good job there, GizmoVine. Came really quick. But, now you guys may be wondering, for $25, after talking about everything that we talked about throughout this video, do I recommend that you guys go ahead and hit the description and pick this guy up, or do I recommend that you pick up something else? And you know, I'm going to have to say, yeah, I could recommend this. Keep in mind, guys, that this has a slew of good things about it, if not for some big glaring issues, but it still works as intended. And, you know, one key reason why I would say pick it up, if not only for the good price and all the good things that I've talked about via this video, have to be the portability. Now, let me show you something real quick. The video is almost done. Just want to show you guys something real quick. This is the portable Bluetooth speaker that I've been using. I've done a review on this. This is the iHip Cube Bluetooth speaker. I've been using this for a while now. The full review is up on my channel if you guys want to check that out. So I've been using this in my car, because I don't know if I told y'all, but the radio in my car doesn't work. My speakers are blown. So I've been using my Bluetooth speakers in the car. So now when on days where I'm doing things and I don't want to lug around the big Bluetooth speaker, you know, I have these little ones here, and I've been using this in my car without issue. But one big reason why I would say pick this guy up over this guy is the fact that this guy, using it, I only get 5 hours of battery life out of it, then I gotta recharge it again. This guy, I get about 6 to 7 hours of battery life out of it before I gotta recharge it. Now, this guy gets quite loud, but it distorts really badly on the high end. So, don't really like that, but it works. This guy gets just as loud and it does not distort. It stays very crisp and clear. But keep in mind, this one does get louder, but it does distort. This one gets loud, but not as loud as this one. But when I'm using these speakers in my car, the one big thing that I want to be able to do is hear whatever I'm trying to listen to at the time. Whether I'm trying to listen to my music via Pandora because my radio doesn't work and my speakers doesn't work, I want to be able to hear it, and I want to be able to, you know, jam out while I drive and not have it be distorted. I want it to be very crisp and clear. And this does that. It doesn't distort, it stays very crisp and clear. Now, that being said, I believe, I haven't checked the price on this, but you could pick this guy up for about $45. And this does everything that this does. Now, you have a built-in mic. You also have a built-in mic all that good stuff. But the key problem that I was having is that this one distorts at high volumes. This one doesn't. It stays very crisp and clear. And then another reason why I recommend this over this in particular, again, is the price. It's $45. It's $25. So, just wanted to point that out. Don't want to turn this into a big comparison. Just wanted to point that out. So again, I would have to say yes, I would recommend that you guys go ahead and pick this up. Don't forget, all links to where to purchase this guy at some really good prices will be down in the video description. Alright, that was a long one. Sorry for that, guys, but I hope you guys stuck in with me to the end. If you guys enjoyed the video, please help your boy out and give it a thumbs up. That really does help me out. You don't know how much. If you want to see more raw, uncut content like this, please hit the subscribe button down below so you get notified as soon as new videos become available on YouTube. And as always, guys, if you know anyone out there looking for some high quality performance devices at some really great prices, please share with them my channel, because I'm doing this for everyone, because we all deserve the best. Alright, I hope everyone has a great day, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace.